Hello.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
Yay. All right. So yeah, welcome anybody who ends up joining in. We've unfortunately got no viewers right now, but we just bumped up to 2. Yeah. Welcome to the discussion stream of the Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase plus January updates for Nintendo and predictions for the State of Play and Pokemon Presents. Chaos, how are you doing today?
I'm doing okay, doing well, all things considered.
Yay. I am I would say I am also doing okay. I've certainly had a good week leading up to this point.
Yeah, it's same here. I mean, between stuff that's been going on in the media and personal projects that I've been doing, I'd say everything's going on a smooth upward track, just
Nice.
making steady progress.
Good stuff. As for me, I've had a very successful, a very eventful slash successful birthday event yesterday. I was able to invite some friends from my theater community over, and we played some games on my Switch too.
Oh, glad to hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, mostly aside from, getting my closet set up as a sort of vocal booth. For those in the chat, I've been actually trying to study and get materials to get into the voice acting business. So I've recently obtained everything I need. I got some foam panels for my closet. I have everything I need. Technical wise, updates will come from there. And I mean, other than that, just the last 2 days were mostly dedicated to rest and, taking care of taxes.
Good stuff. I haven't gotten started on my taxes yet. I'm probably going to wait until around the 20th. I would like to get some medical business out of the way first.
Oh, yeah, that's good. That's important.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, with that out of the way, should we get discussions going?
Let's get going.
Okay. So, I mean, the recent Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase. People have certainly had opinions about it online, as always.
I will say I'm guilty of this too. We may have set our expectations a little high for this one.
I mean, I feel like that's always the case. People are always just going around saying things like, "Oh, this was the worst direct ever." Ugh.
I wouldn't go as far as to say it's the worst.
Yeah, I mean,
it definitely I mean, as usual, not everything in the presentation excited me, but there were definitely some pleasant surprises in there.
yeah, I mean, for those who are mostly bashing the direct online, what would you say is the general reason for that?
If I had to, uh, prob, probably, probably most of the titles that people were expecting based on recent rumors were didn't show up, and it was mostly just stuff we already knew about or expected.
Yeah. I mean, I'd say it always comes down to that. People were expecting a certain title, and that title didn't show up.
Yeah.
I mean, from what I've seen of discussions online and from my own thoughts, I don't think this was like to get any news of any major titles out there. This was just like to provide a sort of like smorgasbord of the Switch 2's capabilities.
Yeah.
Like this is what the Switch 2 can do. That it's basically like a little of everything.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it was just meant to showcase the Switch 2's offerings. It's supposed to be like, I think the route Nintendo's going at for, they're just trying to showcase the Switch 2 as like the premium gaming experience. Like okay, so we know the Switch 2 is like $450. It's probably like the most expensive a Nintendo console has ever been.
Yes.
But like compare it to other consoles out there. The PlayStation 5, the Xbox, even the Steam Deck. Like it's still the cheapest option out of the lot of them.
Yeah.
And it's like I mean, the people will compare the Steam Deck with the Switch too because they're both handheld consoles. It's like people will say the Steam Deck has better technical capabilities, but it's like the Switch 2. I think Nintendo's just trying to showcase it as like a little of everything, like the best of all worlds. Like you can play so many video games on it. You can play it as both a console game and a handheld console and a handheld thing. And you can just get all these great games. Like not the majority of games out there. Like there are certain titles that are more technically advanced that I don't know if you'd ever see on the Switch 2. But for the most part, it's it's got a lot going for it.
Yeah, and as we established last year, the Switch 2 has really expanded the scope of what's capable of being played on Nintendo more than the Switch ever did.
Yeah, I mean, look at some of the titles we've got in this direct alone. I mean, these are some games on this current roster, we thought, yeah, they're really impressive, but it's like years ago we thought, well, this was never a game that I'd expect to come to Switch.
Right.
And now here we are. Like, I mean, I don't know if it'll still come to that. Like, there's still titles that we're saying that about, but it's like, I don't know, maybe when the Switch 3 rolls around.
That'll be an interesting 8 years to come to pass.
Yeah, I don't even want to imagine how old we'll be then. I'm still grappling with my current age.
Yeah,
it's just
yeah,
shock.
Like I just turned 35, and it doesn't feel any less surreal than when I first turned 30.
Yeah. Okay. But I mean, I guess up until now, I'm speaking from an overall perspective. Like, what are your thoughts from as an overall perspective of the partner showcase?
I think it was all right. Not spectacular, but there were definitely titles that stood out to me, and some I'm even willing to give a shot thanks to the demos that released.
Yeah, that's the nice thing.
One of which I was even able to get out of the way yesterday. I tried out the demo for Pragmata and was able to knock that out in less than 20 minutes.
Yeah. Oh, 20 minutes. Wow, that's a short demo.
Yeah, it's a short one. It's basically a development. It's basically a late development build. Not exactly like an about to release RPG demo where you get a large chunk of story and save data carries over.
Oh yeah, like those are the kinds of demos I usually find myself playing.
Yeah, this is more of a prototype to really get you a feel for the concept, the controls, and how exactly things work.
Yeah, I mean, it has a very unique control scheme from what I saw of in its trailer.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. I'm just trying to check my notes here. I took notes before we started this. I tried to see things to say about each title, but yeah, I mean, basically, what you said before, just like finding little things that do interest you. I feel like that's the attitude people should take a little more with every direct. It's just like instead of just waiting for that one big game, because it'll come. News of it will come, or the release date will come, but it's like it doesn't hurt to look at these directs or these showcases and presentations and find, hey, maybe there's something else that'll catch your eye.
Absolutely, yeah.
That was certainly the case for both of us.
I was able to purchase and download 5 games on the sale that's currently going on the eShop, and quite a few of those purchases were influenced by the direct. Like I got the original Monster Hunter Stories and Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate, as well as the first Paranorma site.
Yeah, I definitely want to check out the original Monster Stories as well.
Yeah,
Actually, I did also download the demo for Monster Hunter Stories 3 Twisted Reflection.
same. I'm definitely going to check that out. Get a get a feel for the type of gameplay and see see just how much it works for me before I go into stories and eventually stories 2 because I have that as well.
Yeah, I mean from what I've seen, the Monster Hunter Stories little sub franchise, and it has some good stuff. Like, I definitely want to see more now that I've tried the sample of Monster Hunter Stories 3.
Oh yeah, agreed.
Okay. Um, but with that, on that note, I guess we can just start delving into into each of the individual games, because yeah, that's basically what we're doing today. Just talking about the individual games as well as the direct in general, and then just as you said, our predictions for future showcases.
Of course.
Okay. So with that out of the way, I pulled a list that basically talks about all the games in the order that they appeared, I believe. Um,
I
so
will preface some of these reactionary feedback coverage will might be a little short.
yes, it's like, I mean, we can only talk so much about games that don't interest us.
Yeah.
Okay. But going down the line, first off was Orbitals, the retro anime co-op game. Um,
It was really cool to see that announced so soon after it was revealed at the Game Awards.
Okay, yeah, I had it in my mind like we saw this before, but I didn't remember where. Like, I thought it was at the last Nintendo Direct. Was Yeah, but the Game Awards. Thank you for that reclarification.
Of course. but yeah, I really love that its visual style emulates the style of 80s and 90s anime,
I know that
especially
just
with its
gives it
cutscenes.
yeah, that it just gives it such a charmingly retro vibe. I really enjoy that.
Yeah,
Um,
and there and wow, the co-op gameplay genre inspired by the likes of It Takes Two really is taking off this generation.
yeah, It Takes Two, Split
That
Fiction,
was the other
like that
one.
was the one that yeah, that was the one that came to my mind.
Yeah.
Just like yeah, the co-op genre is like it's the kind of game that we could do.
Oh yeah. We'd have we might be able to do it from the comfort of our own home thanks to Game Share.
Yeah, I will definitely that's something we can definitely look into. I'm going to pray that it all works out considering my god awful internet connection.
Yeah.
Eh.
We'll certainly have to we'll certainly have to do a few personal tests before we consider making a stream out of it.
Yes, I still remember that disastrous stream attempt with Mario Kart World.
Yeah, never again.
Yeah, I definitely remember that we tried to do that with well, another game that we were going to experiment on that connection with was Sonic Racing Cross World. I need to get that.
That's one that they haven't implemented Game Share for. Although that's not a Nintendo exclusive, so I can't imagine how they'd be able to make it work for cross platform play.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
But another thing I enjoyed about Orbitals was like the massive Ratchet and Clank style assortment of weapons.
Oh.
It's like there was a beam cannon, like the water gun, a
Oh yeah.
grappling hook. It's interesting to me because it just I've played Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart and the Ratchet and Clank reboot based on the movie, and that's one of the charming things I find about the Ratchet and Clank franchise. Just it's just the most fun part is like the massive assortment of weapons you can use,
Yeah.
all with varied effects.
And from the
So
and from the looks of how some of those perform, some of those are just as much tools for progression as they are weapons.
yeah, yeah, the grappling hook was definitely a tool for progression.
Yeah.
Um,
I would also
but
say the same about the water cannon.
Yeah, it definitely helps if like you're getting through. I can see like, or it's like I remember the trailer. There was a wall of fire, and you definitely use the water cannon just to get through the fire.
Yeah.
Okay. But anyway, yeah, Orbital's coming out summer 2026, so that is something to look out for.
Yep.
Okay, and with Game Share, I have high hopes we might be able to play it together,
Fingers
possibly for a
crossed.
stream.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Okay, next up on the list, Paranormacite, the Mermaid's Curse.
uh,
Okay, so
I
you
knew
mentioned,
nothing about the original Paranorma site, but I can tell from this one, it's. I like me a good visual novel, and I really enjoyed uh, another Code Recollection, and that's the type of visual style that was emulating.
yeah.
So I'm definitely looking forward to checking out the original Paranorma site in preparation for this one.
Yeah, you did mention you got the original Paranormacite.
Yep.
Okay, so it's got some impressive names on it. It's done by Square Enix,
Yep.
so a lot of the staff members worked on various projects such as Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, The World Ends with You. So some good talent on it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, other than that, it's a visual novel slash mystery game that already has drawn my interest.
Nice.
I really feel like I want to get more into mystery games. Um, but given the fact that there's a lot of scares, I'm worried I'll be freaking out every 5 seconds.
Hopefully they're not too jump scary.
Yeah. I feel like it's with these kinds of mystery visual novels, it's more like building suspense at every turn.
Yeah.
Um, One thing that stuck out to me in the trailer, and it's like, I'm speaking as someone who has never played the Paranorma Sites series. Like, it's a niche series of Square Enix's. But they mentioned like paths cross, so I'm wondering if this is the visual novel with like multiple story arcs because they're mentioning all the different characters in the trailer.
That is definitely a good question indeed.
Yeah. But I do also like, they had like a Ace Attorney style exploration of clues.
I definitely got that vibe from that hoity-toity character who introduced the game.
Yeah. I just remember visuals of like rotating a box or using a magnifying glass to look around the room, and I was thinking, wow, this is kind of like Ace Attorney. I like it.
Right? Probably not going to be quite as wacky as that set of characters.
Yeah. It's definitely more serious, more suspenseful in tone. So it's like, if you want, it's like a mystery, but with good laughs, go for Ace Attorney. This is definitely for if you're looking for something a little deeper, a little darker.
Yeah.
Though, I mean, Ace Attorney was dark too, because it's like every case, someone's dead.
Right.
But anyway, yeah, Paranormacite, The Mermaid's Curse, coming out in 2 weeks.
Right? That's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy. All right. Next up, Captain Tsubasa 2, World Fighters. Basically a soccer game, but anime.
I've definitely heard of that anime series.
Yeah, so it's an anime, kind of shonen style, featuring a lot of screaming of "I believe in myself" and "We can do it together."
Right.
Like, what better showcase is that than like 20 people dogpiling a goalie?
Right.
What stood out to me is like the roster of this game. It's like 110 playable characters.
I wonder if they're locked to their specific teams or if you can mix and match.
Yeah, they did also mention the 22 teams, so I can't help but feel like maybe they will be locked, or I don't know how soccer games work. Like, I figured, this is based off an anime, but it would probably play like most soccer games you've seen out there.
I would certainly imagine so.
Yeah, most soccer games minus the giant animal projections and, again, the goalie dog pile.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, if you're a fan of the Captain Tsubasa series, you can check that out.
Hmm.
That one is coming. Well, we don't have an exact release date yet, but count on it happening soon.
I think so. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. If it says 2026, then it's definitely at some point in the near future.
Yeah, I don't see this being all that long a wait.
Probably.
Possibly March, possibly April.
Hmm.
Okay. All right. Next up, the new horror survival, because we absolutely need another one of those.
Hmm.
Tokyo Scramble.
I really like the puzzle. I really like the puzzle aspect of this one about the different ways you can distract or about the different ways you can distract or I guess incapacitate the dinosaur monsters so you can escape.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the devs had to counterbalance it with the fact that, the main character is a teenager, and she probably doesn't have any combat experience at all.
Yeah.
So, they make up for it, like, make her a little more creative, make her a little more, or give her some ingenuity. Like, give yourself ways to deal with monsters that you probably wouldn't find in other horror survival games.
Yeah.
I mean, because this is an interesting one. Like, I see it as like Resident Evil meets Jurassic Park.
The funny thing is there is such a game. It's called Dino Crisis.
Oh, I should have seen that coming. Okay, so I saw like the individual trailer for Tokyo Scramble before I came on here, and I kind of, I it was the weirdest feeling. It's like, the main character was talking, and she was mentioning like, maybe this is what I need.
Hmm.
Maybe, all that. Like, it's the kind of thing you see in like a normal RPG or like a kind of a non-fiction novel, and then all of a sudden a weird feel good Final Fantasy style theme song started playing.
Huh.
And I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm sorry. I'm still watching a horror survival game, right? The funniest thing was like they were playing this trailer in the midst of her doing all these different things, activating the traps and incapacitating the dinos. It's like I have such mixed feelings right now. This is weird. This is not very fitting music.
Right.
It's like it's a teenager finding herself while running away from subterranean dinosaur monsters.
Maybe they just want to give you, maybe they just want to underscore you a sense of security while you're just trying to survive.
As like, yeah, sure, make me feel good while I'm running away from dinosaurs. As like if that happened, maybe I'd feel a little more comfortable watching Jurassic Park. Like, I remember a clip from the original Jurassic Park is like a dino tossing a man out of the car and flipping him in the air, chomping his leg, and then devouring him.
Yep.
Yeah, I would love to see that while hearing like a Whitney Houston song playing in the background. But anyway,
definitely does not match.
Yeah, but anyway, I'm sure this is going to be an interesting one for fans of horror survival games.
Certainly peculiar that game share allows multiple players to control different aspects of the same character. Weirdly.
Okay, I'm sorry. Repeat that. Game share lets you.
Game share lets you like do different types of control for the same character. I think you could like scroll through. I don't remember exactly, but it was like one character can control selecting through a menu or something like that.
Okay.
I'm explaining it terribly.
Okay, but basically, this game enables co-op.
Kind of, yeah.
Okay, like it's kind of a weird addition to have for like a game where you're meant to only control one person.
Exactly.
Yeah, like it, I get it in a game like Orbitals or, It Takes Two, where it's like there's two people, but it's like, or even Pragmata. But, I don't see the point in this one.
Yeah.
But anyway, horror survival fans, Tokyo Scramble, hey, might be interesting for you. Coming out next week.
Oh, wow.
Actually.
That's soon.
Yeah, February 11th.
Huh.
Moving on, we have Valheim.
Ah, yes. Viking Minecraft.
Yeah, a very popular Viking Minecraft. Won Game of the Year from PC Gamer, I think, in 2021.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so this is a re-release, so I'm sure a lot of fans are going to love it.
Good stuff.
I mean, it looked intriguing to me, but that's probably the How to Train Your Dragon fan in my head talking. Now the How to Train Your Dragon fan in my head is screaming, why aren't there dragons?
Right.
But, it's true to history, Vikings. And I do like the freedom of options. Like, it sounds like this game lets you just do whatever and however, whether you're building homes, building weapons, hunting, forming a civilization, surviving on your own.
Yeah.
Up to 10 players can join in. It's nice when you have those games that give you that kind of freedom.
Yeah, I agree.
Those can be liberating, especially when games are out there that are like so tutorial heavy. Okay. All right. Valheim, available 2026.
Yep.
No exact release date. Okay. Next up, we have the Nintendo Switch 2 edition of Hollow Knight.
I downloaded that upgrade pack as soon as I saw it on the eShop. I played through and beat that game last year. I have not gotten the best ending yet, and now my nephew is having his fun with it on his Steam Deck.
Okay. So, I mean, now that you're getting to play it again on the Switch 2, now's your chance to get that better ending.
Yep.
But I love it when games re-release like this. It just, gives you an excuse to go back and play it again.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I kind of wish I had that for, Fire Emblem Three Houses. It'd finally give me the excuse I need to just go back and play the Black Eagles route.
Here's hoping we get something like that in the lead up to Fortune's Weave.
Yeah.
It doesn't even need to have a content expansion. Just like a $10 upgrade.
Yeah, better graphics, improved frame rate, all that, the simple little bells and whistles, I don't mind.
Heck, maybe even mouse controls for battle maps.
That would be interesting. But yeah, anyway.
Also do what Mario Wonder did and give us amiibo figures of the house leaders.
That would be so nice.
Yes.
But anyway, we got a little sidetracked. Back to Hollow Knight.
All right, yeah.
So yeah, enhanced visuals, enhanced frame rate. Let me see.
And really, from Team Cherry, that's all you really need.
Yeah, I mean, it's simple, it's fun. It's the very basis of what you look for in a game. Okay. So yeah, based on what VGA said, it's out now.
Yep.
Play it if you're interested in Hollow Knight, if you're trying it for the first time, or if you just want an excuse to play the game again. There's no shame in wanting to play the game again.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay. eFootball Kickoff. Basically, for any, if Captain Tsubasa didn't interest you, it was the anime-style soccer game, this one's the real-world soccer game.
And since it's from Konami, who also did the e-baseball game, I wonder if this one's also going to be 99 cents on the eShop.
I wonder.
And eventually delisted after online servers go down.
Okay. We're coming up on the this meeting is going to end in 10 minutes. After that, we'll take a break. I think we have time to squeeze in talk of one more game before we go on break.
I think so, yeah.
Okay, so this part will wrap up with the Adventures of Elliot, the Millennium Tales.
I'm I played a little bit of that prototype. I'm thinking I'm definitely gonna pick this one up eventually. I really like how Legend of Zelda coded it is.
Yeah, I liked it too. It's HD 2D, but they made the most of it. Just, the world looks beautiful. I got to play a bit of it myself. Um, what I also like, is just the simplicity of its gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's a fun mix. You can customize weapons and shields and work with that however you wish. It's simple, but it's as complex as you want it to be.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Like that's definitely just a breath of fresh air compared to games that just bog you down with tutorials. And it's just you have to remember all these different button combinations and all that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I think this game also has co-op capabilities. Like, one person can control Elliot and the other can control his little fairy friend.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, it the main character is an adventurer who has a fairy. That's as Legend of Zelda as I have ever heard it.
Yeah.
But yeah, the visuals look good. It has an interesting art style. You can go to 4 different timelines, it looks like.
Yeah, that definitely sounds similar to Oracle of Ages as part of the Zelda series, I think.
Yeah, that I can't speak too much since I don't know too much about the Legend of Zelda series outside of the Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom games.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I mean, it might be a purchase for me as well. It comes out pretty close to my birthday.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I'm looking to see. Yeah, this one comes out on June 18th. It's like 5 days before my birthday.
Oh, wow. You think that might be a day one purchase for you?
Possibly. I don't think I ever finished the demo. I would have to go back and see more. But I did
Okay.
really like what we saw. I don't know. I don't think I ever finished because I was so caught up in exploring the world. I feel like I tend to get sidetracked with that.
Fair enough. I definitely I definitely liked to explore and go off the beaten path.
Yeah. Okay. So actually, I think we can squeeze one more. The Super Bomberman collection.
Ah, yes.
Yeah. So
Really awesome that Konami's giving us this, and unfortunately not the Goemon collection that was shown off in the Japanese version of the Direct.
I was like, oh, of course. Like the Japanese version of the Direct probably had more stuff than we saw in the American version.
Very likely.
Yeah. Actually, remind me, didn't the last Direct have like at the same time that the Direct was going, we got the announcement of the Mega Man Star Force collection? I mean, was that part of the Japanese Direct but not the US one?
Yes, it is, but the difference is that one is available worldwide. The Goemon collection is going to be exclusive to Japan, and unfortunately, understandably so, because it's very text heavy, and it would be a lot of work to translate all that.
Oh yeah, I can imagine. And it's as I've seen from certain manga, it's like you make any kind of mistake and fans will go ballistic.
Exactly.
I still remember the My Hero Academia controversy.
Congratulations on getting All's Justice, by the way.
Oh yes, I still need to get that in and download it. I just want to play team up missions mostly.
Nice.
Just being able to explore the world.
Good
It's
stuff.
like Deku can really live up to his Spider-Man heritage.
His Spider-Man inspiration, if you will.
Yes, that's the word I was going for. But anyway, yes.
Anyway, back to Bomberman.
Yes, the Super Bomberman. They managed to cram every game from the entire series into this one. Also adding like a boss rush mode, multiplayer mode, the chance to co-op. This one also works on game share, I believe.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so like, have you ever played the Baldur's series?
I've played some of them. I played some of the GameCube entries. Particularly the one that stood out to me was that one with those Pokemon-esque sidekick characters that give you different power-ups.
Pokemon-esque sidekick characters, like
Uh, if anyone's familiar with this one, pointed out. I wouldn't even know how to describe it.
well, I'd have to see what the comments say afterwards.
Yeah,
Okay.
because certainly nobody's chatting about it right now.
Yeah, I mean, we have like one person in the chat right now, and other than that, it's mostly being silent.
Eh. Hopefully I'll get good enough as a streamer to not have quite so many lurkers.
Yeah. Anywho, I think we can put it off from there. We'll take a short break and get back to it once Zoom is loaded back up.
Okay.
I really should get like the full version of Zoom, just so we don't have to worry about this too much.
Either that or we start moving our discussions over to Discord.
Yeah, that might be another option. Like, I haven't used Discord in such a long time. I even back then, I don't even remember how most of it works. I mean, I probably need to upgrade Zoom anyway, considering, the new line of work I'm going in.
Yeah, gotcha.
Okay. But anyway, to any live viewers, you can we'll pause it for here, and then we'll be back in a little bit. So take this time to get some snacks, get some drinks, go to the bathroom, all that jazz.
Yep. And in the meanwhile, I'm going to play a little bit of music while we wait. Some of it pertaining to a title we'll be discussing in part 2 of this stream.
Ah, well, let's hear it. Can't wait. All right, see you in a little bit.
See you in a little bit. And we're back. Hello?
Hello.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Yep.
I had it open to Twitch in the background, and I just forgot to adjust the volume.
Oh, whoops.
Yeah, I just wanted to keep an eye on how things were going. But yes, we should really put a timer on these
We
things,
really should, yeah.
Yeah, just like, when we go on break or if we go on another break, just announce, hey, this will be like 10 minutes.
Right.
Yeah, that's how it usually is.
Okay.
Um,
I can easily put that in the chat if need be.
Okay, yeah, just something for like next time.
Okay, yeah. Which will probably be in another 40 minutes.
Yeah. So anyway, the music you put on, like the I laughed as I instantly recognized the first song that played, because that's actually the next game that we're discussing. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
That was very much the intention.
Yeah, but okay, yeah, one of the biggest RPGs coming to the Switch 2 on June 3rd.
Oh boy, I can't wait to spend just under $100 to sacrifice just under 200 gigabytes of storage on my Switch 2 for both parts of this trilogy.
Ah! Oh my, is it really over around $100?
It. Oh no. No, Remake is 40, Rebirth is 50, Remake is 90 gigabytes, Rebirth is 102 gigabytes.
Oh, so you were planning to get both around the same time?
Not around the same time, but I was joking about the combined total.
That's on me for being slow. Okay, but yeah, I mean, there's no denying Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is going to be a big one. So, might be good to invest in external storage if you don't have it already.
Or at the very least, a terabyte micro SD express card.
Yeah. I mean, for me, this is like a fun little reminder to get back to playing Final Fantasy VII on PS4 and PS5, because those are the versions I got it for.
Probably the versions we'd recommend, because as far as I'm aware, the game is actually on those discs.
Yeah, the Final Fantasy VII's Remake and Rebirth are both on game key cards, right?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, yeah, if game key cards are not your thing, then yeah, probably go for the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5 version. Plus, I mean, at this point, given with how long they've been out, you can probably get them for discounts, which I don't think Nintendo barely ever does.
Well, it is still Square Enix making those discounts, so they'd absolutely sell it for dirt cheap on the Switch too if they wanted to.
Yeah, okay. But matters of price and storage space aside, like, from what we saw, how do you think, how does it look to you? Like, how does it run?
It looks like it runs pretty much on par with the PS5, I'd say.
Oh, yeah, that's a nice surprise. Like, that's just a testament to the Switch 2's power.
Yep.
Yeah, which we discussed at the last part. It's amazing how far the Switch 2 has come, and it only makes you wonder how powerful the next Switch is going to be.
I played the demo of Remake on my Switch 2, and which covers pretty much the entire bombing mission opening act. So, and yeah, even in handheld, it looks like it runs spectacularly.
Yeah, that's a nice note. So as we all know, Final Fantasy Rebirth covers the second part of the Final Fantasy VII Remake, which has now been now turned from a single RPG to a full-on trilogy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So yeah, that's impressive stuff. So expect to see more of the wider world of Midgard. Expect to see more playable characters. We have Red 13, who was available at the end of Final Fantasy VII Remake, but he was only a guest character. In Rebirth, he is full-on playable.
Probably because he was introduced so late in the Midgard chapter that it wouldn't really make sense to have him fully playable in what is essentially the end of a roughly 100-hour long game.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird to just throw in a new playable character right then and there.
Yeah.
So, and yeah, and in Rebirth, he is full on playable. He can run combo attacks with Cloud and all the rest. We also have Yuffie. Um, Sid is joining the game, and then we also have Vincent. And I think, as far as I know, it's the same kind of situation with Red 13. Like, he comes in so late in the game.
I think that's also the case with Sid.
Yeah. Hmm. I mean, I don't know. When I was playing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth on my PS5, I didn't get very far. I got bogged down by all the side quests.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because I think ultimately when I get back to it, I was probably just gonna get through the main story because I would probably just take too much time.
By the way, you forgot to mention Kate Sith.
Oh yes, Kate Sith. How could I forget Kate Sith? Okay, fun little story for all you viewers out there, or all you future viewers out there. Final Fantasy VII was one of the first video games I ever saw, and I remember watching my friends play it at their house. And as far as I remember, in order to give ourselves this kind of like self immersion in the game, we named some of the characters after us because I think in the original version they gave you the option to do that.
Yes, they did in fact give you the option to do that.
Yeah, so they named Kate Sith after me.
Nice.
Yeah, I was like, okay, it was meant to be a joke, but I was like, what the hell? You're comparing me to a moving doll?
Technically, they're comparing you to the cat controlling the doll.
Yeah, good times. But anyway, yeah. Final Fantasy VII. It's a fun game. Good for action lovers. And yeah, once again, it comes out on June 3rd, 2026.
Soon after remake too.
Yeah. It even from what I've seen, it also comes with a free Magic the Gathering card of Zack Fair.
Oh, yep. I believe remake also came with its own pack of Magic the Gathering cards.
Yeah, I've noticed Magic the Gathering has been doing a lot of collabs lately.
Yep, and chief among them, Final Fantasy.
Yeah, I remember they also did one with Sonic.
Yep, they have about 21 Sonic cards. 7 characters, 7 tools attuned to each of them. And I forget what the other 7 were. Locations, maybe?
Possibly. I don't have the slightest clue how Magic the Gathering works. I've always been like a Yu-Gi-Oh! / Card Fight Vanguard kind of guy.
Yeah, even I'm only starting to dabble in the Pokemon trading card game, thanks to Pokemon TCG Pocket.
Yeah, I mean, I mostly stick to playing that on auto. I'm just more interested in collecting cards.
Right.
Okay. But yeah, next game up, Pragmata. Hack and slash meet hack and shoot.
Like I said, tried the demo out for this one, and I really like the way the hacking mechanic factors into the third-person shooter gameplay.
Okay, so from what I saw in the trailer, the hacking segment is kind of like a mini puzzle that you have to solve in order to boost shots. What I'm getting.
In order to weaken their armor, so your gunfire can actually damage them.
Okay, so like, how complex was that?
Not very. You just use the face. You just press the face buttons to go in the direction to go in whichever direction they're facing, and you gotta. The key is to pass through all the blue marks and get to the center.
Yeah. I was kind of wondering, is like in a scenario like that, I figured that there'd be some kind of time limit, but I guess that mostly just depends on how close you are to the enemy. It's like if you give yourself a fair amount of distance, it gives you a little extra time to solve the puzzle, right?
Yeah. Your time limit is basically the enemy closing in on you, and even then you still have the freedom to move and dodge.
So yeah, it's like from a combat perspective, it's like each element just feeds into the other, and it definitely makes for an interesting blend of gameplay.
Right.
Um, the story also seems interesting as well. Just a soldier that teams up with an android. Um,
Basic, basically, basically, basically Capcom's take on the big guy, little girl story that Donkey Kong Bonanza made famous recently.
oh yeah, it did kind of look like that. It definitely have a Donkey Kong Pauline type aesthetic. Though I don't know if it will lead to as happy an ending.
Uh, we we can only we can only we can only hope the wholesomeness lasts a good long time.
Yeah, I'm actually wondering though, like, does this seem like the kind of game that would have like multiple endings?
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know much about Pragmata from any kind of standpoint. Like, I got a taste of the gameplay, but it's like from a story perspective, I feel like this would be like this seems like the kind of game that would be mostly driven by you or like your choices and decisions.
Right.
But yeah,
Certainly feels that way.
yeah, I feel like it would go that route.
Hmm.
Uh, but anyway, Pragmata, April 24th, 2026.
Or as the announcer so weirdly put it, pragmata.
Pragmata. Yeah. I'm not going to shame anyone for their pronunciation. It's like how I felt when Final Fantasy 13 came out. As like the summons in that game, we were calling them Eidolons, and then suddenly the pronunciation was Eidolons. We're
Oh
all like,
yeah.
what?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I was familiar with that pronunciation thanks to the DS version of Final Fantasy IV.
Yeah. Okay. Next up, Turok Origins.
Really interesting to see Turok make a comeback. Really interesting to see Turok make a comeback, especially after the collections and the Nintendo Classics versions on the Switch.
I mean, I would leave most of the discussion of this to you because I have no idea about Turok. It's like, okay,
I know very little. I know very little. Basically just a first-person shooter where you're caveman versus dinosaurs.
uh, caveman versus dinosaurs and aliens, apparently.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, if Turok is your game, good news. It's coming out fall 2026.
Yep.
Okay. Next up, Kyoto Xanadu. This is one of the games that really caught my eye.
I think it's a sequel to another game called Tokyo Xanadu. Am I
Uh,
right?
Less of a sequel and more of like a spiritual successor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I believe the original game was called Tokyo Xanadu. It did not take off as well as Falcom's other titles.
Oh.
So yeah, Falcom, for those of you who don't know, is the developer of pretty well-known RPG series YS and the Trails series.
Nice.
You might remember its most recent release, the remake of Trails in the Sky, first chapter.
Yep.
That game did very well, which feeds into my excitement of this one.
Wow.
Yeah. So Falcom Xanadu, the Xanadu series, an action RPG where you go to school, you improve your stats, hang out with friends, and dive into the depths of Xanadu. Sounds very Persona-esque.
Ah, yeah. It does kinda.
Yeah. So there is a lot of the 2D elements from what I saw of gameplay, like side-scrolling 2D, going through the mazes, and then for boss battles, you have full-on 3D action.
Huh. Interesting perspective to go about such a game.
Yeah. But I mean, since it's Falcom and they did so well with their Trails games, Trails in the Sky, first chapter, second chapter is coming out this year, and then there's Trails Beyond the Horizon. They do with the Trail series, they just did such a good job with their world building, and I definitely like a lot of the characters. So I do have high hopes for Kyoto Xanadu. So if anything, I don't know about Adventures of Elliot. Like if I was gonna get a game this summer, it might be this one.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, we don't have an exact release date yet for Kyoto Xanadu, but it is on my radar. I hope a demo comes out for it soon. It's coming out this summer.
Good stuff.
Okay, next on the list, Digimon Story Time Stranger.
Take it away. You are the resident Digimon expert here.
I mean, Digimon fans, we just keep winning. Digimon Story Time Stranger, it released last year, though we all know the story. It did extremely well. It has sold 1 million copies. As far as Metacritic scores went, it was the second highest rated game of 2025.
Heck yeah.
I think it was just behind Clair Obscur.
Nice.
Yeah, we waited 8 years for this. And it was well worth the wait. It still has its flaws. I still wish the game had some end game content. There's some frustration when it comes to the menus, but other than that, it's very beautiful. It has a simple but wonderful story, full on voice acting. Basically everything a lot of stuff you would want. Like the devs really went above and beyond with this one. And the fact that it's coming to Switch 2 can only be good news for the series because, Switch, for those of you who only have Switches, you get to play it for the first time. From the perspective of a longtime Digimon fan, trust me, you do not need any prior experience with Digimon to play this one. Most of the stories are self-contained. Like it's designed for both longtime players as well as those new to Digimon. Like they catered to both sides.
I'll certainly have to pick this one up at some point.
Yeah, it's you'll definitely hear a lot of familiar voices. But yeah, like I said, this can only be good news for Digimon because Switch 2 sale being on the Switch 2 means it's going to have bigger sales, and that's just going to convince Bandai to invest more in Digimon as an IP, hopefully.
Nice.
Based on sales reports last year, as far as Bandai's franchises go, it's like third in terms of generating sales for them, right behind Dragon Ball and One Piece.
Nice.
It also comes with a 60 FPS mode, so that's good for people who really go on about the frame rate.
Good stuff.
Okay, so yeah, Digimon Story Time Stranger for Digimon fans or just casual RPG players looking to play it. It's coming out in July 10th.
Looking forward to it.
Yep. Okay. Next up, we have Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. I remember this one came out around the same time that Persona 3 Reload and Final Fantasy VII Rebirth initially did. This was I think in February of last year.
Huh. That sounds about right.
Yeah, I got P3R and Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I never managed to get into this game because, I think Persona 3 Reload just took up so much of my time. Fair enough, right? It's a Persona game, like the full 100-hour grind. But from a visual standpoint, I do think Grand Blue Fantasy was always just so impressive.
It certainly did look impressive from the footage they showed in the Direct.
Yeah, and I think this is the kind of it's another game that enables co-op, so you can play with your friends. But yeah, I did want to check this out, or at least a demo of it. I'm wondering if one will be available for this. If not, I think I can just. I think I remember playing the demo of Relink on PlayStation 5 anyway. I might have to revisit that to see if I'm interested in this game still.
Gotcha.
Okay. So yeah, I don't remember if this also enables game share. I feel like it should, since it's listed as the type of game where you can play with friends and you can just choose the characters you want.
All right.
Okay. So anyway, Grand Blue Fantasy Relink coming to the Switch on July 9th.
All right.
Okay. And then next up, of course, Monster Hunter Stories 3 Twisted Reflections.
Yep. Well, we did mention earlier how we both have the demo for this one.
Yes, I still haven't finished with the demo, but I do feel like I've gotten through a good chunk of it.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, as someone who was interested in delving into more monster taming games, Monster Hunter Stories 3 definitely caught my interest. Um, Naturally, it's a very beautiful game. It has that kind of Breath of the Wild style kind of aesthetics, though I feel like that's been said to death.
I definitely
Uh,
got that vibe from switching between that climbing monster and flying with Rathalos.
yeah, I am kind of surprised. Like, it's not really flying so much as gliding.
Right.
I feel like, I was half expecting to just be able to flap Rathalos's wings.
Huh. Hmm.
Um, but anyway, this game also features full-on voice acting. I
Yep.
played the demo, and there's already a few voices I recognize.
Good stuff.
Um, they're probably still under NDA, so I won't say a word.
Of course.
Okay. But other than that, the combat system, I definitely found it interesting. Like it runs a lot of its elements come down to the rock paper scissors aesthetic
Hmm.
or the rock paper scissors style. Like, it runs with power, technique, speed.
Hmm.
Um, the tricky part is like I don't know if there was a means to check what type of style your opponent or the enemy monster uses in battle. um, it's I feel like that would normally be something I check with the monster compendium for. And I would have to check that before every battle. And of course, they don't clue you in on it the first time. You have to sort of discover it for yourself. But I guess that's just ultimately the joy. I feel like it's very Pokemon-like in that sense, because like Pokemon in recent years has done like that sort of thing. They give you an attacks, and you fight a Pokemon and you defeat it the first time, and then from every battle onward, when it shows when you have your list of attacks, it shows whether the move is going to be super effective or not, or not
Gotcha.
very effective, no effect.
All right.
I mean, from looking at it from Pokemon's perspective, which I played for years, that definitely puts the game on easy mode. But here I am with Monster Hunter, a series I have rarely interacted with before, and it definitely presents a challenge.
All right.
I mean, what are your thoughts, gameplay wise?
I haven't tried the demo yet, so I unfortunately have basically nothing to say.
Okay. Ultimately, I feel like there's a lot to do or there's a lot to learn in both combat and exploration. So, this game is very full. It provides a full experience, very detailed in terms of its combat system and world. Like everything is beautiful, everything is complex.
Mhm.
Well, I guess when I say complex, it's not really a good thing.
Right.
Every that like there's detail, there's nuance in the gameplay system, even in exploration.
Hmm.
I even like how just simple exploration and just gathering materials um lets you get experience for both yourself and your monsters.
All right.
Yeah, and then just the fact that you get to raise new monsters. um I I remember part of the trailers showcased how you can breed monsters in order to get monsters with rarer skills or a variety of weapon or a variety of skills.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, I feel like there's even more beyond just what I've seen, and I guess we'll find out more. Just what this game entails. Monster Hunter Stories 3 coming out next month, March 13th.
Yep.
Okie dokie then.
All right.
Um, oh, hold on for just 1 second.
Okay.
Sorry, just had to close the door.
Ah. Okay.
Okay. Anyway, moving on. Console archives and arcade archives too. So we got Rave Racer, Console Archives, Rave Racer, Doraemon, Sonic Wings Special, Ninja Gaiden 2, The Dark Sword of Chaos, just a lot of console archive titles.
Interestingly, this expands the scope of retro titles that can be available on not just Switch 2, but also PS5, because Console Archives is available on there as well.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of games I wish would come in, like, even in this style.
We're officially making PlayStation 1 games available on Switch 2 thanks to this, and I was very surprised to see Monster Rancher Hop About included in the sizzle reel.
Oh yeah, like I guess we can blend the sizzle reel as well. Just the full-on compilation of games. And by the way, since we're just bringing PlayStation 1 games to the Switch 2, or like they can come wherever, who Sony, Bandai, Nintendo, whoever I have to get on my knees and beg to, like, just someone bring the original Digimon World trilogy back.
Oh, that would be awesome. I would also beg Sega to put Saturn and Dreamcast games as part of Console Archives, because there are a number of games on both those systems that I would like to see make a comeback.
Yeah.
Heck, just to name one example, if we could get the Dreamcast versions of the Sonic Adventure duology through Console Archives and the GameCube versions through Nintendo Classics, that would be just dandy.
Yeah. Refresh my memory. I know we have Sonic Adventure 2 available on PlayStation 4, like in this virtual console version.
Yes.
What was the original Sonic Adventure ever released anywhere in this style?
Well, the DX version, which is like a remastered version on the GameCube, that was later put on Steam, Xbox 360, PS3, that kind of stuff.
Okay, I might have to download it on Steam.
Okay. I will let you know it did not port very well. There are a lot of bugs that people have pointed out.
Dang it.
Yeah.
It would be nice to eventually get like a remake of that game, but I don't know if Sega would be up for it. Like, I thought Atlas was like, Atlas is owned by Sega now.
Yeah.
Okay, but anyway, the sizzle reel.
Yes.
So we have. Okay, I'm just gonna list them off one by one. Scott Pilgrim EX, another Eden.
Good to see that one. Good to see that one making a comeback.
Yep, another Eden Begins, Nintendo Switch 2 edition.
All right.
Sorry, I'm just gonna play it in the background.
Gotcha.
Okay, so let's see. Scott Pilgrim EX. Another Eden Begins. This one looks interesting. I heard it was originally like a gacha game, but I guess they removed the gacha elements.
Oh, all right.
Okay, yeah, I mean, this looks nice, and I heard it has a pretty sweet story of a boy trying to find his sister and ends up going through time or something like that.
Yep.
Okay. We have Reanimal.
That one's that's one I've heard good things about.
That's like the spider creature creeps me out.
Spiritual successor to the Little Nightmares series, from what I recall.
Okay. WWE 2K26. Like,
it's wrestling.
If you're up for wrestling games. and just throwing people into shopping carts or flame-filled pits.
Yeah.
Star Trek Voyager, Across the Unknown. You like, from what little we got in the sizzle reel is like just forming multiple rooms for people to live in. It kind of reminds me of mobile games I've played.
Yeah.
Disney Dreamlight Valley.
Nintendo Switch 2 edition. That I have a few friends who are playing that. Looks cute.
Now, what did they say? I've been interested in this game for some time.
I don't remember exactly what they say, but basically if you customizable life sims, this one's themed after various Disney animated films.
Okay. All right. We're coming close to the second 10-minute mark.
All right, so let's get through the. All right, so maybe we can speed through the rest. Maybe we can speed through the rest of the partner showcase.
Okay. Yeah. PGA Tour 2K 2026 golfing.
Came out on my birthday. That's all I really have to say about it.
Yeah. Okay. Cold Sept Begins. Looks like a card game.
Yep, I've heard of that one.
It looks interesting enough.
Yeah.
Okay. Goat Simulator 3.
It's more Goat Simulator.
Yeah.
Sure.
More if you're up for goat related chaos, go for it.
Yep.
Okay. Shadow Tactics Blades of the Shogun.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm just seeing a lot of scanning around and trying to evade capture or stuff like that.
Yeah.
Tales of Arise Beyond the Dawn Edition.
Finally breaking away from PS4 and Steam, and hey, it's the one Tales game being ported to modern consoles in recent years that's actually coming to the Switch too, and not just the Switch.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind trying it out. I remember trying out the demo on my PlayStation 4, and I just remember how loud the engine was running the whole time. It was like, boy, you are really pushing it to the limit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, and that's the sizzle reel.
Yep.
Okay. Next up is probably one of the more major releases for the third-party titles, Resident Evil Requiem.
Yep. Oh wow, the person playing as Leon in this footage really did him dirty, because he's just missing every shot.
It's like, okay, well, even if he misses shots, he looks good. So,
but I will say I totally get it. They're trying to keep this presentation bloodless for any younger viewers that might be watching.
Yeah, because it's like, when you think of the Nintendo Switch or Nintendo Nintendo in general, how many times do you think, oh hey, Resident Evil?
Right.
Yeah. So anyway, I think it's also just like, from a standard gameplay perspective of having Leon miss shots. I see it from the perspective of mobile games. Every time I'm playing one on my tablet, I get a commercial for another one, and it's like the person's playing so badly, and it makes you think, oh my God, what are you doing? I could do better.
Right.
Yeah, that's just a tactic probably to help with sales.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
And hey, I am so glad they finally revealed the amiibo figures of Leon and Grace.
Yes, this one does come with amiibo figures.
And I sincerely hope the amiibo for Resident Evil does not stop at just those two. There are so many characters I would love to see in collectible form, even if they do go for like $30 each.
I mean, hint, hint, Nintendo, the amiibo business is not drying up yet, and by your own tactics, it's not going to dry up anytime soon.
Honestly, I think they're the ones telling us that, rather than us telling them.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, Resident Evil Requiem coming out at the end of this month.
Yep.
And at the same time, Resident Evil 7 and Resident Evil Village are coming.
Basically the modern revival trilogy, I guess you could call it.
Yeah. They even revealed the Resident Evil themed controller.
Looks cool. Although the printing is a little weird. Switch to Vil.
Yeah. Okay. And then, other than that, like, the final big announcement was all the Bethesda games.
Todd Howard jump scare.
Yeah. Oblivion remastered, Fallout, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle.
Indiana Jones and the Great Circle being the only one of the set that's actually a game on the card. The rest are just codes in boxes.
Yeah. Well...
Not even game key cards. Codes and boxes. That's worse.
Okay. But anyway, that was the entirety of the partner showcase.
Yep.
Okay, so we're it should be 5 minutes left for this meeting. Once I call it here, we'll go for a 10-minute break, and then after that, you said what will we be discussing? Like potential.
Let's see. We're gonna do a little bit of coverage on the updates Nintendo had to share in January, and we're gonna give our predictions for the Pokemon Presents and the State of Play that are likely to happen this month.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I think we can just go ahead and stop right here. We'll go on another 10-minute break. So once again, if you want to get up, stretch your legs, get snacks, go to the bathroom, do all that, just don't fall in the toilet.
Of course.
Okay. So I will call this one and we will be back.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Let's start.
All right, and we're back again.
Round 3 and the last one.
Yep. We should be able to
Okay.
get through these relatively quick. I have a page for Nintendo news updates, but obviously I'm not going to go over all of them. I'm just going to cover the ones that would realistically fit within a Nintendo Direct.
Yeah.
The ones that pretty much everyone was talking about when they came out.
Okay, it's like the ones that people are probably the most interested to see at the moment.
Yes.
Okay. So, let's just kick it off.
All right. For starters, great that Fire Emblem Path of Radiance finally arrived on Nintendo Classics.
Yeah, I mean, I've been playing that since January, and I'm having a blast.
I'm definitely gonna try to get back into that one at some point. In fact, I might even try to do it as a future streaming series.
I mean, I do hope this is just a far and beyond hope of mine, but it's like one day I do hope Fire Emblem Path of Radiance gets the remake treatment.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, just, this is a game that is near and dear to my heart and is probably the same for a lot of Fire Emblem fans. I feel like Path of Radiance was to Fire Emblem what Final Fantasy X was to the FF franchise.
I would certainly say that.
Yeah, it's a simple but beautiful story, and it's also the first Fire Emblem title that features voice acting.
And not only that, but with a lot of its subjects, a lot of its story content can pretty much be attributed to real life struggles that many people actually face.
Oh yes, for those of you that may not remember, Fire Emblem Path of Radiance, one of its biggest themes was the topic of racism and discrimination.
Yeah. And,
particularly the conflict between the Lagoos and the Bjork.
And trust me, they do not sugarcoat any of it.
And I love it.
Exactly, yeah.
It's what makes you root for Ike so much.
Yeah, even
besides the fact that he's cool and strong and has a super fancy finishing move.
Ike comes from a background where there are people who discriminate against the Lagoos, and even he learns that, oh, I should not be saying these terms. You people are wrong for thinking this way. That kind of stuff.
Yeah, he can freely admit that he does not know any better.
Yeah.
And to that point, he comes to quickly understand how it's just messed up. You can't help but see it from his eyes. It's all this discrimination, all this inherent hatred. What's the point of it?
Right.
But yeah, fun gameplay, simple story, powerful themes that stretch even to today.
Yep, and they hadn't quite introduced classic mode yet, so if you are playing and you don't want to lose anyone, better make good use of those save states.
I certainly do. Yeah, it's basically like playing Three Houses for me. I create a suspend point at the start of every turn. If I lose anybody, I just rewind.
Right. That was like me playing Radiant Dawn, setting up a save point at the beginning of any turn, and if I lose anyone, I just reset.
Yeah, this is just the simplified version of that, because I know, you were able to do this, back in the day, too, just create a save point and then, turn off the game, turn it back on, but it's that just takes a little more time than how we're doing it right now.
Yeah.
But, speaking of Radiant Dawn, I hope that also comes to Nintendo Switch Online.
I feel like a Wii Nintendo Classics is definitely in the cards, despite how many Switch games are basically remastered Wii games.
Yeah. Maybe they'll go that route, just well, yeah, I feel like that's obvious.
We'll certainly find out.
Okie doke.
Alright, anyway, next up, Mario Tennis Fever got an overview trailer.
Yes, and I believe it also has a demo out now, or at least it's coming soon.
It has a demo at retailer kiosks.
Ah, okay, so you would have to go into a store to play this.
Yes.
Okay, well, that might make it off the table for me, but
Well,
maybe
I will say the trailer sold me. I will say the trailer sold me on the game a lot more than it previously had. But even so, despite how well commissions had been going for me this week, I am going to take the advice I was given and wait until a sale. Cause yeah, this still doesn't really feel like a $70 game to me.
Yeah, I might go the same route. It looks fun, but I might just go get it on a sale.
Yeah, but given we've got 30 playable characters at launch, 30 fever rackets, a wide variety of modes, and an entire story campaign, I genuinely feel like this game could not do DLC, and I would be okay with that.
Yeah, I mean,
just launch as a complete package, and hopefully the other Mario sports games follow suit.
Yeah, I mean, more and more people, I just hear more and more complaints these days when it comes to DLC. A little less DLC is, I don't think anybody would complain too much of that.
Right.
Okay. Was that it, or
all right? Next up. Well, not really a direct update so much as a release. We got Animal Crossing New Horizons Switch 2 edition and the version 3.0 update, and I've pretty much been playing a little bit of that every day since the update came out. It's been great getting to revisit my island. I even got to experience my birthday in game for the first time, and it was really cute.
That's nice.
Some of my neighbors threw a party for me. I got cupcakes, which I could trade to my other neighbors in exchange for birthday themed furniture.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, you can also eat the cupcakes for yourself, but I definitely recommend saving at least one, eating at least one, and giving the rest away so you can get those furniture.
Okay.
All right. Next up, Donkey Kong Country Returns HD got a free update that not only added Dixie Kong and a new time trial mode, it really fixed a lot of the issues that were prevalent with the game since it released last year.
Okay, well, better late than never for those updates.
Right? Really feels like Forever Entertainment is learning to treat their remasters a lot better than they have been.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. Next up we got an overview trailer for Super Mario Bros. Wonder Nintendo Switch 2 Edition plus Meet Up in Bellabelle Park, where they officially confirmed Rosalina as playable and introduced a new set of remix levels where you track down and fight against the Koopalings.
Oh, okay.
Although the demo coverage that journalists got to try didn't really get to delve into much of that. It mostly just focused on the new player content, and I'll be honest, I'm more interested in the single player features than the multiplayer. But I'll still download this. But I'll still purchase and download this expansion and give everything a shot.
Yeah, I mean, being more interested in the single player content than the multiplayer, I don't know. I feel like a game like this, which is designed for, I feel like it's meant to be more multiplayer than anything else. So I don't know. Maybe that's kind of a red flag right there.
Maybe.
Okay.
All right. Definitely looking forward to playing as Rosalina. And I'll save the next one in line for last, so we can make that a bit of a discussion on its own. So I'll just skip ahead real quick. We got an overview trailer for Virtual Boy Nintendo Classics.
Okay.
I actually had a Virtual Boy, but the only game I even remember playing was Mario's Tennis.
Okay. I can't say I experienced the Virtual Boy at all, and I have to admit it doesn't really appeal to me right now.
Yeah, and I will admit, while this while this overview trailer is selling me on it a little more, not exactly keen on needing to buy a headset accessory just to play those games.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I just really don't see the appeal.
If I end up deciding to take that plunge, I'll probably go for the cardboard. I'll probably go for the cardboard model. But I would definitely like to try out Virtual Boy Wario Land.
Hmm. Okay.
That's probably the most famous slash popular of the bunch.
Okie doke.
All right, all right. Next up, the probably the last major January update worth mentioning. The Tomodachi Life Living the Dream Direct. Where
Okay, yeah.
where I I'm honestly not sold on this game, but wow, this
The customization goes
the
crazy.
customization goes crazy, and wow, they really do live their own life. They really do live in their own world, and it's basically a soap opera.
Yeah. I mean, can you imagine if you left this game alone for like a whole week and then you come back and you can't help but wonder what's going on?
Right?
It's like I broke up with like three boyfriends. Help, my shop is on fire. Oh look, I threw a doggy. It fell into the water.
Nice. Uh, I will say, if I do decide to get this game, I might try to inhabit an island with Mii's based on the characters from my webcomic Striker.
I think that's still the option. And I wonder if they'll let you do the same thing as they did in Miitopia, where it's just like you can download Mii's that other people created.
Mm-hmm. That
It-
that seems like something. That seems like something. That seems like it would be a good selling point, especially if the Mii creator is anything like Miitopia, where you can pretty much make exact replicas of famous characters.
Yeah, I feel like it's going to be even more so with like all the different customization options.
I certainly hope so.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, moving on to the big one. The Super Mario Galaxy movie direct, the second one, where we officially got our reveal for Yoshi.
Yoshi, yay!
I'm I'm still crossed that they didn't reveal who's voicing Yoshi, but listening to his voice clips in the trailer, I can narrow it down to two possible people. I don't think either of them are on. Well, one of them I'm pretty sure is on social media. The other one I know for a fact isn't. But should I name drop them, or should I play it safe?
Probably best to play it safe.
Okay. Well, we'll certainly find out who's voicing him when we see the movie for ourselves.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I was just too caught up in the cuteness that is Yoshi. Yoshi is probably my favorite Mario character
Oh, definitely.
now and forever.
and hey, they're really leaning in on a lot more Easter eggs, just like they did with the first film. I mean the casino where Peach and Toad are up against Birdo. We also see Claw Grip and Mouser from Super Mario Brothers 2, which makes me hope that Wart is the owner of that casino.
No. I was like, did you mention Birdo?
Yes, I did mention Birdo.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I still feel I kind of feel like maybe we still haven't seen all there is to see, but we'll have to say that for when the movie kicks off.
Yeah, and of course the ending clip with Yoshi holding the Super Scope, Toad holding baby Mario and Luigi, and they get scared off by the T-Rex from Super Mario Odyssey. Funny stuff.
Okay.
All right, that just about covers the major Nintendo updates from January. Now, let's close things off with our predictions for what we can expect from State of Play and Pokemon Presents, and we might be keeping this brief if only because we don't know too much of what to say about either.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I feel like for the state of play, we can expect quite a few of the titles we saw in the partner showcase.
I
We
think
can
so.
probably expect to see more from Resident Evil Requiem and Pragmata. From what I've seen, there's a new Halo coming. I feel like they'll talk more about that.
Yep.
Another another safe bet would probably be more talk of the Insomniac Studios Wolverine.
Yeah, I can see them going into a little more detail about that.
Yeah. There's also 007 First Light,
Yep.
so yeah, I expect to see more. Um, One thing I did want to raise up the possibility of, so viewers may have seen or heard the rumor recently about a possibility of a remake of the original Kingdom Hearts and Kingdom Hearts 4, both releasing in 2027.
Yeah,
If
I'm gonna veto that by saying Nate the Hate pretty much immediately debunked that because he's saying a number of reliable leakers are calling that fake.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I was gonna say, like, if there was any truth to that, we'd probably see something like that in the state of play this in the upcoming state of play. But yeah, probably not. One other game I was hoping to see was I think it was an indie game from the developers of Black Myth Wukong, featuring the Knights of the Round Table. I
Hmm.
feel like we'll see a little more of that. That one's something I look forward to.
Yeah, that yeah, I agree. That looks like it could show up.
Okay, yeah. Um, Other than that, I'd say that's about all I can say
All right.
about.
I think probably my one big prediction is, well, this is the segment that could just as easily be narrowed down to a possible Sonic Central. Uh
True.
maybe we'll get our first look at what Sega has planned for Sonic's 35th anniversary cuz
That is
Sonic
true.
cuz Sonic's been a bit of a star player in State of Play lately.
Yeah, I mean, it is the 35th anniversary for Sonic. Like, there's a lot of anniversaries going on this year. Um,
Yep.
Actually, it's also the 30th anniversary for Persona, so I feel like it's possible we could see a little more of the Persona 4 revival.
I was thinking that too.
Yeah. Persona 6, well, cross your fingers, but don't get your hopes up.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
And
Um, and
and
don't expect to see
oh,
GTA
go ahead.
6 either.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say, yeah, don't get your hopes up for GTA 6 either.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
and and probably the other major Sonic prediction I've got. We'll probably see who's next among the free Sega characters being added to Sonic Racing Cross Worlds from May through June. I'm thinking. Well, as well as a potential release date for the Mega Man DLC pack.
yeah. Um,
And I and now that we have exact release windows for II and Tangle and Whisper getting released in the game, I will say this: since it's looking like we're gonna get official voice reveals for Tangle and Whisper in Chaotix case files, Sega would be fools not to capitalize that by letting them speak in Sonic Racing Cross Worlds.
yeah,
Maybe it's too soon for them to have rival dialogue with the rest of the cast, but at the very least, give them dialogue and one-liners.
yeah. And cross your fingers.
Yeah.
I'm excited to hear who may be voicing Tangle and Whisper in the next episode of the Case Files, which, if I'm getting a pattern right, should possibly be next week.
Yep. Yep. They release it every Tuesday at 9 a.m. Pacific.
Okay, so I'm like, this is going to be going on all year.
I don't know about all year. I I think it depends on how many episodes they have planned.
Okay.
I'd imagine like 10 to 12,
Okay.
if not fewer.
Okay. Well, I really hope it's more because I need more of the chaotics in my life.
Same.
Okay.
Especially with all those cameos especially with all those guest stars from Tails Tube and Sonic Racing Cross Worlds that pretty much prove a lot of these voice actors are officially in it for the long haul.
Yep. Okay.
All right. And now for the Pokemon Presents predictions.
Okay. The sky is the limit with this one because it's Pokemon's 30th anniversary.
Yep.
Okay. First off, naturally, you can expect a lot of updates to their existing products and games. Pokemon Unite, Pokemon TCG Pocket, Pokemon Cafe. I guess that's still going.
Yeah, I think that's still going. I think Pokemon Unite's also still going.
Okay. Did I say Pokemon Unite?
I don't remember.
Okay. Also, Pokemon Masters.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And then, other than that, I don't think it would be out of the realm of possibility to see another expansion for Pokemon Legends ZA.
Oh, of course. Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
I just hope it doesn't. I just hope it doesn't do more of the same. I just hope it doesn't do more of the same but harder, like Mega Dimension did.
Okay. Yeah. Also, this was the big one that a lot of people are waiting for: some kind of re-release of the original games.
That's definitely our pie in the sky prediction.
Yeah, either a virtual console release or some kind of physical collection. I feel like they might go with the individual virtual console release.
They'll
get a lot of the titles out faster and also to charge more.
Yeah, if they were to do the original RPGs again, maybe they'd put them on Nintendo Classics. I'm not sure about that.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like they'd go with the option where they could sell them for more.
Yeah. We're definitely getting one more look at Pokopia before that releases in March.
Yes. Also, I wouldn't be surprised if they showcased a little more of the Pokemon Lego sets.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I can definitely see them showing those off a little more.
Okay. And then, of course, we'll also be getting probably more on Pokemon Champions.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was confirmed bound. I think that was reaffirmed bound for 2026 after Nintendo's recent financial report. You still there?
Okay. Other than that, anything? Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. All right.
No worries.
Okay. So, checking on a list I pulled up during the break, I'm just seeing more options. So these ones are a little more on the wish list kind of side. But what do you think about the possibility of another Pokemon Mystery Dungeon or another Let's Go title?
That'd be cool, but I think wishful thinking at this point.
Yeah. Okay. And of course, like, it's the 3-year mark, so I feel like we're due for something in regards to Gen 10, especially with all the leaks that have been coming out.
You say 3-year, but it's actually been 4, and I'm hoping that's a sign for things to come.
Okay, yeah. I mean, let's hope so. But 3 or 4, I feel like we're due for an initial trailer for Gen 10.
Yeah. That's that. If anything, Gen 10 is probably going to be the big holiday title for Switch 2 in 2026.
Yeah. I can only wonder how the internet is going to react because, there's been quite a bit of backlash in regards to ZA.
Quite a bit of backlash, not just with ZA, but pretty
much every Pokemon game that's been released in the Switch, and even as far back as the 3DS.
Yeah.
Because, most people will... the sentiment is growing that Pokemon did not make the jump to 3D very well.
sad, but I'd say I'd say debatable, because ultimately the gameplay and the stories are what sell Pokemon more than the visuals.
Yeah, I mean, that is another point to contest. Like most, Pokemon kind of operates on the philosophy of if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
For some that works. For others, it's like, it's old, it's stale.
Well, glad they were at least able to. Well, glad they were at least able to rectify the visuals for Scarlet and Violet with the free Switch 2 update.
There's debate on that too. Like, I feel like there's debate on anything and everything Pokemon related these days.
Yeah. You can fix up the visuals, but we are still working with the same models from the 3DS era.
Yeah, basically.
Just very slightly spruced up each time.
Yeah. Okay. Is that about it, or was there?
I will ask one more thing. I'm going to safely assume you didn't really take any interest in the Xbox Developer Direct that happened near the end of January, but there is one title I think might be of interest to you. What did you think of Beast of Reincarnation being developed by Game Freak?
I don't feel too strongly about it one way or another. Like, it is a beautiful game, and I really do think it showcases a lot of what Game Freak is capable of.
Yeah, it's absolutely the difference of what Game Freak is capable of when they're allowed 6 years to work on a game as opposed to 3.
Yeah, like, given the timetable of releases between mainline Pokemon games of the past, it honestly does have the feel of like a factory.
Right.
You're just churning out games one after the other.
I will say I thought it was hilarious that Pokemon was actually name dropped no less than 4 times in an Xbox presentation.
I'm kind of not. Like, it's Game Freak. Game Freak. Everyone knows that's the Pokemon studio.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, that's Pokemon is just such a big part of their identity at this point.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, it really is a beautiful game.
Yeah.
And I hope it does well.
I hope it does well. I hope it eventually comes to Switch 2, because I'd certainly like to give this one a shot.
Yeah. Same here. I'd at least like to try a demo.
Yeah. A demo. A demo when it's close to release would be awesome.
Yeah, I hope this does well solely on the basis of I hope this convinces people to cut Game Freak a little slack.
Hopefully.
But, it's the internet. People will complain about anything, anytime, anywhere.
True.
Okay. So would you say that about wraps it up, or was there any thoughts?
I'd say that about wraps it up.
Yeah, so we did 3 rounds of these 40-ish meetings. So this overall meeting, I'd say close to about an hour.
Close to about. We're coming up past 2 hours, actually.
Okay, so you could shave off a little time if you take out the breaks when you're editing this. But,
probably, yeah.
Overall, I feel proud of myself for having talked this much.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Yep. Okay, so we'll set up a point of discussion next time when the State of Play and the Pokemon Presents actually come out, and we'll talk about the offerings then.
Of course.
And I wonder when the next Nintendo Direct, which talks more about their mainline stuff, will be coming.
If I had to guess, I'm not as optimistic as a lot of people thinking it'll be in March or April. I think we're waiting until June, as is tradition, because we pretty much got our monthly Switch and Switch 2 games up until then. The only one we don't know about is Yoshi and the Mysterious Book, which I'm I'm thinking is going to be the May game.
Yeah, I feel like that's going to get its own little presentation. We might get the same treatment for Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave, because I feel like we're due for news about that pretty soon.
Yeah.
I'm hoping we do get some kind of overview trailer talking about the gameplay and the characters more, and finally put to bed the debate of what's going on with Sothis.
Right.
Okay. But yeah, we'll keep an eye out. Surely there's more to come. There's a lot to come this year with all the anniversaries in store.
Of course.
Okay.
It's only a matter of time until we. It's only a matter of time until we start learning about that Legend of Zelda movie.
Yep. The live-action Legend of Zelda movie, and wasn't there rumors recently that there was like a Metroid movie in the works?
I don't know about in the works. Maybe being considered.
Yeah. Okay. I think it was more like they were being considered.
If it is, it would definitely be an early development by this point. Like still conceptualizing.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, Nintendo, if you've got time to conceptualize Metroid movies, you've got time to possibly think about what you're going to do with Star Fox. I mean, come on!
Right.
I mean, I don't know. Like, if it's like a matter of a story thing, I wonder if a reboot would serve them well.
Maybe. I mean,
Okay.
as long as they're not just doing the story of Star Fox 64 again.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, if it comes to that, it'll come to that. But lots of stuff coming this year. Let's keep our eyes, ears, and minds open to everything. Like, come on, can I not see more comments about worst Nintendo Direct ever, worst state of play ever?
Right?
Like, come on.
I
Like,
think we've had more than enough of those.
Like, people, just keep your minds open. You never know what'll catch your eye.
Right?
Like, don't just focus. When think of it like this way: when you're going into a flower garden, you look at all the flowers, not just like the one that you're specifically looking for, the one that catches your eye the most.
Yeah.
Just taking the whole scenery.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Okay. So, yeah, I'd say that about wraps it up.
All right. Thank y'all for joining us. And Chaos, where can people find you?
Mostly on Blue Sky at JPep of Chaos at Blue Sky, or however the tags work. It's strange. I've been on Blue Sky for this long, and I still can't remember all the handles.
well, you can find me on Blue Sky, Instagram, and you'll find this full stream VOD on YouTube. Just skip through the breaks if you're interested in listening to us.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you all for tuning in, and have a good rest of your day or night.
Take care, and see you next weekend for the next gaming stream. I should be more in the mood to game by then.
All right. Ta-ta.
Fare thee well.